Okay, everybody, let's get into this. This is a quarterfinal? No. Round of 16 game in the Oriole Stormgate circuit. And playing in this round in the Blue Celestial, this is WWBD. And as I mentioned earlier, this is the Alphabet series because playing in the Red Infernal, this is msrm. To select their names, these players both just pressed their fingers on the keyboard randomly and accepted whatever string of characters appeared. Of course, that's not true. I am just making fun of these two because their names are harder to pronounce as a caster. But the truth is, msrm, this is his initials. And I assume that might be true for WWD too. And if you use your initials for your gamer tag, I guess you're cool. Opening up so far, we got expansions for both our players. But neither of them neglected their production. And msrm is saying, we're going 3 shrines here. We're going 2 production into 3 shrines. Has he made a single unit yet? No, he's just banking charges. No Argent showed up. Sometimes an early Argent shows up. Our Argents are just chilling over here. Here come the Argents. They're moving out. Where are they going? WWD gonna go check out. Say, what's going on over here? Because no brute showed up either. So neither side sent any aggression early. They're going to show up here and be like, oh, there's an effigy here? Let me pop it. Let me pop. That's going to slow down the shrine's build time, and they're going to put some damage into the shrine. This is like charging up. And now that meant a few charges had to be spent by msrm, and he makes some army, and his shrine is done, so it doesn't matter. Nothing really happened there. Lost the effigy, slowed down the shrine ever so little, which meant slowing down these imps, and he also had to waste some money and spend the charges to build those units. And what do we got here? Another, Hellport, straight into Hellport. So we're going to tech. And what's going on back home here? We got surged creation chambers.
Dimensional rift detected. A Stormgate will activate soon.
Trying to go to a third base here, but a little slower timing for WWD. And msrm does have a small force here that could contest this, although the Argent ball is looking a little bit bigger
and more dangerous. A Stormgate has appeared.
And his msrm, is going to move out while we already have WWD chonking down. Gonna get this maybe even before msrm shows up. Yeah, captures it. But msrm's there to maybe grab a unit. No. Bayron out. Oh! She does deke herself away into the back so that she doesn't get sniped right away. That would have been a nasty little loss there. Although the Stormgate was captured for free by WWD for the most part there. Bayron did take a couple pot shots. She's at 111. There she gets shot by the arc ship, so she's going to heal back up. Looked to you like he was oversaturated there, but that's just that UI bug, so that's why I was clicking there. msrm does have a nice little force here, keeping up in supply, not exactly up. As I mentioned, Celestial's able to kind of get ahead there in the earlier game. We have a Guardian Nexus up and rollout, as Kree are going to be added. The charge, the Infernal Fury on the brutes is also almost done. So we're going to be moving into a little bit more checked up, but as we can see, as is common with both these factions right now in the meta, is they're staying on tier 1 units largely. And we might see that continue, at least for the minute. And boom, Brute's coming over here. Infernal Fury just finished. We actually have Magmadon Stomp going down. Now wait a second, this is an interesting choice. He's going to use some of his Brutes to try and attack the array, which does get picked up. And then he has some, well, it's good micro to move around here. And has managed to split up WWD's forces, and that means he's able to get some pretty good trades here. WWD's main force is able to chase him away in the end, but look at this, a bunch of weak guns, a lot of units getting away kind of scot-free here after doing a nice little harass play. Now, he didn't kill the array, but he did force the array to pick up. And other than that, did get some fairly good trades. Oh, I didn't notice here that there are some Kree that decided to run by too. Did they get any kills? It looks like there's, ooh, 9. We're just resaturated now. This base never existed, so nothing was lost here. It is going down now. So nice little back and forth there. I'm not sure the Kree got much done. It looked like they may have got 3 kills. 3 imp kills. And
dimensional rift detected. A Stormgate will activate soon.
I love the positioning of WWD here, but msrm is like trying to circle around the outside, which this is very curious. It's like a
Stormgate has appeared.
The Stormgate's sort of like a little bit of a bait here. msrm finds these Kree that were meant to be flanking Kree on the side and actually gets an opportunity to try and take them. But WWD is going to say, fine, I'm going to go grab that Stormgate. And now we got a little bit of skirmish here. We have a single Magmadon out. He uses his trample prematurely, unfortunately. The Stormgate is really close to being won by WWD, but the forces of msrm pushes all the Argents back, and that means that some of msrm's forces are going to be able to attack the Stormgate, while the rest chase WWD all the way back into his base, where he summons a very nice power bank, do some body block, but finally the Magmadon gets on top of those Argents, does what he wants to do, and then pulls out, because Stormgate up, or these Power Stones, they're Soul Forges. We're going to get a bunch of Mags here, I'm almost certain. We're going to get Bop Bop, Bop Bop. We have some Magmadons. Oh, and I love it. Thank you for the split, msrm. This is what I love to see. Splits his army in 2. Magmadon's in the front, chasing everything back, and he says, fine, I don't even need to split my army in 2 now. I'm going to regroup. More Magmadons showed up. It's a lot of melee units here, so it's hard to fight in this. Then he uses his stomp on a lot of mags at once. Okay, I was wondering why is he not going for this? He's trying to get a better place to battle, basically, than inside this Sim City. And if he can kind of keep the army here engaged with this force, then he can move these brutes around killing bases, which it looks like he's already killed 1 base. Artists all had to move all the way to high ground. This is what I mean. If he just needs a few Magmadons to force the Argents back, and then he can sit here and just mow the whole base. Take out the chambers. Oh, jeepers. He still has brutes at the top. He took out the Guardian Nexus, and that will be GG from WWD. Okay, folks, we're back in. This is game number 2 in the Alphabet series. WWD playing the Blue Celestial, and his opponent msrm in the red Infernal. Some cool Magmadon play last game. Oh, and WWD, we saw this from you earlier. Put your power banks in there, that's what we saw. Over Creation Chamber. Saw that in the game versus Novea. And what do we got? Same kind of opening here. Effigy out to spread some Shroud. Well, we got a Conclave after the Vault. And if this is anything like last match, what I'm expecting is that these will not turn into units. It will just be bank charges. There's our second effigy. There's our first shrine. The collection array is almost finished for WWD. And we got a creation chamber up. Both production buildings up, and yes, as I mentioned, no units popping out of there just yet. Another imp going out. Another benefit of not pumping units here is the supply. Notice that there hasn't been a farm put down yet. Is this a farm? No, this is a... Oh, this is a lumber imp, of course. Because I was expecting a third base from msrm. That's what we saw last game. And it could be up here, but this base doesn't seem as good. This doesn't seem as good a base. This is both more defensive because it's expanding along the top here, but it is also got the Therium and the Luminite, and it's just seems to be a better base. FG over here as well, but our first Argent's coming over at WWD saying, hey, you got a third base? This is what happened last time, so well played by WWD. Oh, and an extra effigy goes down from msrm in the back. I love that. And he had pumped out. There's a brute. Brute, you gotta go save your effigy. Oh no, no, no. Oh no, no. Effigy goes down. So that's just good energy killing, basically, from WWD. Killing 2 effigies. This base does finally go up. Not delayed too much by that harass. Hellforge, so same builds here. Same builds, it seems like from both of them. I wasn't scrutinizing WWD quite as much.
Dimensional rift detected. A Stormgate will activate soon.
And it's, ooh, this dangerous one. We saw that ended Novea's life. Going for that one. Now this one is...
A Stormgate has appeared.
Kind of in a good position for msrm if he can sneak in there. More units are going. But Argent's on the way. And the Brute at the front sees the Argents. Ah! And we notice the rest of the army decides, I'm not going for the Stormgate then. Now it would be really cool if msrm could flank around back here, and I think that is what he's trying to do here. But maybe WWD senses that and decides to pull back. Looking for 4th bases, there's none. Going home. Stormgate's still up. msrm sending his fiends. You know, if you're only going to send a few units, fiends. I don't know if fiends can do it by themselves. 1,000 damage? They attack pretty fast. They do attack pretty fast, so we'll keep an eye on that. WWD, not certain what he wants to do with these units. He's again trying to be like, maybe I can grab a 4th kill. There is no 4th to kill, deny there. The 3rd is up and it's doing fine. And the army's in a nice position to flank. Looks like the 2 fiends do it. All you need is 2 fiends. Who knew? For the first level, at least tier 1. What do we got? A Faerun. Okay. So msrm played that little game of poker pretty well here. Never noticed that cool little doodad. Little doodads on this map. Okay. Nice kind of positioning from msrm to try and get in with a nice arc. Although he's got Gaunts without a front line, and that means some Argents go and pop on top of them. Those Argents try and get the Faerun, but for some reason we're unable to focus it. Now we focus it down. Brutes at the bottom are getting picked off by the main army, but the Argent Strike Force was also deleted. And this is looking good for msrm right now as the forces are coming to bear on the SimCity again. Power bank's starting to go down. Creation Chamber goes down. Focus fire from MSRM on the buildings and infrastructure now. He does have a few gaunts there that with range can reach the Argus, and that's going to be GG from WWD.